Hallo ihr Lieben und herzlich willkommen zu einem neuen Part von The Council. Im letzten Part haben wir hier den Diener befragt, der hier vorne stand, zu dem Verschwinden von unserer Mutter. Und er hat uns, naja, nicht ganz freiwillig ein Taschentuch ausgehändigt. Und ja, wir haben hier einiges untersucht im letzten Part. Wir haben eigentlich nur im letzten Part diesen ganzen Steg hier durchwühlt, haben Planken hochgenommen, Taschen gefunden und so weiter und so fort, Briefe gelesen. Und jetzt gehen wir mal hoch zum Herrenhaus. Ich bin gespannt, was das Ganze hier noch für uns bringt. Und vor allen Dingen bin ich gespannt auf die anderen Gäste und was mit unserer Mutter passiert ist.
How did Mortimer manage to build his manor at the top of a rocky outcrop?
Ziemlich beeindruckend, muss ich sagen. Oh, ach so, Göttelixier. Na gut, sehr gut, sehr gut. Tooltips sind die besten.
Impressive.
Ah, my son. I was looking for you.
What can I do for you, Your Eminence?
I wanted to ask you. You are the son of Sir de Richet, aren't you? You see, your mother and I were supposed to meet here on this very spot. I was supposed to hand her a very important envelope. But I haven't seen her.
If only Mother had told me why she was coming here. Anyway, I ought to take the envelope. It might have something to do with her disappearance. Listen, if it will help, you can always give it to me.
Konfrontation. Während einer Konfrontation musst du durch mehrere Phasen gehen und dabei so überzeugend wie möglich bleiben. Konfrontationen wirken sich auf den Verlauf der Geschichte aus. Daher solltest du bei Bedarf auch deine Fertigkeiten einsetzen. Bei jeder Konfrontation wird grafisch gezeigt, wie sehr du die Person, mit der du redest, überzeugen konntest. Ich bin gespannt, ob das klappt.
Thank you, my son. I'll bear that in mind. I'd rather deal with her directly. Don't take it personally. Would you happen to know if your mother has arrived yet?
Ja, sie ist schon seit einigen Wochen hier. Also ich denke, wir sollten ihm nicht sagen, vergiss es, Herr, mit dem Brief.
Certainly, Your Eminence. Mother got here some time ago. I was hoping to find her when I arrived, but given the hour, she must be asleep by now.
Right. I shall see her tomorrow then.
By the way, Your Eminence, I wasn't aware you knew my mother.
Ah, if you only knew, my son. I hold your mother in the highest regard. She has rendered great service to the church, and her help is invaluable. I hope that you will follow in her footsteps.
Bestimmt,
Only she
bestimmt.
had told me where she was headed.
Nonetheless, our exchanges have always been discreet, and I should like them to remain as such. If your mother wishes to speak to you about us one day, I will not mind if she does so.
That is very commendable. But since we work together on a daily basis, it's surely just an oversight.
Most certainly. You said you work together. What do you do exactly?
Mitglied des Goldenen Ordens, Berufsgeheimnis. Ich weiß nicht, ob das so schlau ist, ihm zu sagen, dass wir Mitglieder des Goldenen Ordens sind, obwohl das scheint ja kein Geheimnis zu sein, oder? Oh, es ist so schwierig, sich zu entscheiden. Ich sag
If you know
Berufsgeheimnis.
my mother, you will understand that I cannot answer you, Your Eminence. I'm sorry, but
Do not worry, my son. I perfectly understand, and I expected nothing less from you.
Das ist
Discretion
richtig.
and
Sehr
secrecy
gut.
are both pillars of the organizations for which we work. You are the worthy
Ich
son
habe mir das
of
fast
Senna.
gedacht, dass es keinen Sinn macht, ihm das zu
all the
erzählen.
same, it bothers me to see you in a quandary, Your Eminence. Is there any other solution? Look, if it's of any help, you can always leave your envelope with me, and I'll give it to her as soon as I see her.
I hesitate. Up till now, we have always dealt with her in person, and that has always been successful. Do you think I should give it to you?
Hängt davon ab, was in ihm steht. Oh, ich würde das gerne ausprobieren, ne? Wir machen das einfach mal.
Only you know that, Your Eminence. If you're asking me if you can
Yeah.
trust me, or if I can keep a secret, I would answer yes, absolutely.
I understand.
In truth, it all depends on the nature of the contents of your letter.
It is a list of names.
This list must be of extreme importance.
Ah, if only you knew. It's a list of people that your mother must help. Listen to me, my child. If I give you the letter, can you promise me before God that no one other than your mother will read?
Nein, kann ich hier nicht versprechen. Oh mein Gott. Konfrontation, letzte Phase. In der letzten Phase einer Konfrontation musst du die Person, mit der du redest, überzeugen, indem du die passende Dialogoption wählst. Wenn du dich falsch entscheidest, wird die Phase so lange wiederholt, bis du die richtige Option wählst oder keine Fehler mehr möglich sind. Die wird im Misserfolg wiederholt. Naja gut, immerhin. Ich glaube... Naja, ich muss ihm das ja versprechen. Ich kann ja nichts anderes machen. Kannst du mir dann für Gott... Okay, kein Problem.
I swear by the Almighty God to honor the promise that no one but my mother shall cast her gaze upon your letter.
Good.
Gut,
Listen,
gut.
Let's stop there. I'm going to tell you a secret, Monsieur Richet. Your mother
Ja.
are organizing the escape of a large number of French priests who face a massacre organized by the accursed Republican tribunals. The church is literally being bled like a beast. Without your mother, hundreds of men of the cloth would have gone to the guillotine. She has made the services of your order available to us by organizing the priests' safe passage across the borders. Even if she does not share all our convictions, she always provided assistance. Young man, you can be proud to be her son. Be it only for her sake. Always respect your name. Here, the letter I spoke of. It includes a list of about 15 names ready for departure. Be quick. Remember to tell Sarah when you see her that time is short.
Well played. I'll decide later when I'm alone
Ja,
whether to look.
das dachte ich mir schon, dass wir das nicht... verborgene Elemente. Viele Hinweise und Gegenstände sind nicht sofort ersichtlich. Manche von ihnen wirken sich auf den Abenteuer aus, deswegen solltest du stets die Augen offen halten. Gut. So, wir sollen zu der Gruppe am linksten zurückgehen. Mortimers Einladung, der Brief von Biaggi versiegelt. Gut. Was haben wir jetzt hier von ihm? Also er ist auf jeden Fall Schwächebefragung. Das muss ich mir irgendwie merken. So, wir nehmen mal hier Gilet. Jetzt will ich mich... Wir sollen zu denen am Kamin gehen, aber ich möchte mich hier schon noch irgendwie gerne umgucken. So ein bisschen tatsächlich. Ich weiß halt nicht, wie... Aber ich glaube, ich kann hier eh nichts anderes machen erstmal, ne? Dann gehen wir mal zu denen darüber. Doch, da ist noch...
I
Oh,
thought my
verdammt.
chimney was big, but this one is beyond belief.
It's the least one can say. I've been longing for a warm fire for ages.
Since I set foot on the island, I haven't ventured more than 2 yards away from it.
Have you also just arrived?
Oh, late morning, I'd say.
Louis, come join us. Monsieur, may I introduce you to Monseigneur His Eminence, Cardinal Piaggi. He joins us straight from Rome.
Oh, just call me Your Eminence. It's simpler.
George Washington, President of the
Nein.
United States of America.
Krass.
Delighted at last to make your acquaintance, Mr. President.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. President. Louis Moras de Richet. It is an honor to meet you.
Young man, let's keep it simple, please. Let us forget our fancy titles. Nice to meet you, Louis.
I should imagine you never thought you'd be in such company.
I must admit that I didn't. It's the first time that I've ever met so many illustrious personalities.
And you haven't seen anything yet. Generally, when Lord Mortimer organizes one of his receptions, there are over a dozen people here.
They can't all be here yet, and you'll see, most of the time there's only the upper crust.
And I noticed you were already getting to know His Eminence at the entrance. It's the perfect place to build up a network. What were you talking about, if you forgive my indiscretion?
Über meine Mutter, würde ich sagen.
At the risk of disappointing you, we weren't conspiring in our corner, sir. His Eminence was simply telling me that he knew my mother and how much he held her in high esteem.
It so happens that Monsieur de Richets' mother is to join us.
Oh, pity. No scrumptious gossip or juicy tidbits, unmentionable secrets, or even money matters. But you'll see, it will come. Despite all the goodwill in the world, you can't stop people scheming left and right around here.
Speak for yourself, sir.
Well, my friends, do any of you know the reason why we're here this time?
Not in the slightest. As for me, I've been invited by Sir Holm, a close friend of Lord Mortimer, but I do not know the reason why.
You see, Louis, every time Lord Mortimer organizes a reception, he always finds a moment to set up a chat with all the guests,
During which time we remake the world.
accompanied by gallons of absinthe and cussing. I'll leave you to imagine the result.
So, if I understand rightly, Monsieur de Richet, you've come out here to join your mother. For what reason exactly?
Ich muss mir was ausdenken.
Like you, Mr. President, I'm here as a result of Lord Mortimer's invitation.
2 members of the same family here. That is rare.
You know what they say. You can pick your nose, but you can't pick your family.
Seriously, though, I know your mother well. Stay behind with me afterwards, and we'll take a moment to speak about her.
Good Lord. Washington is wearing the emblem of the Grand
Ich habe mir das mir schon
Golden
fast
Order.
gedacht gerade.
It's the highest distinction of the order in the United States. It puts him on par with my mother. He must really know his stuff when it comes to the occult.
Gut zu wissen.
my friends.
Holy shit. That's the man for my vision.
An urgent case has delayed our host, Lord Mortimer. He can't be present this evening, and he sends his deepest apologies.
He's asked me here and he hasn't even turned up? Great start.
Wir fragen mal nach ihm.
Do you know that man?
Sir Gregory Holm, an English aristocrat, very influential. He's also close to Lord Mortimer, so don't be surprised if he acts like he's at home.
Ah, das
And
ist
now, my dear
Holmes.
guests, a light meal is served in the small salon. For those who would like to, you're invited to follow me into the next room.
My dear fellow, you must have read my thoughts. I shall follow.
We'll have to be careful not to make too much noise. One of Lord Mortimer's guests is relaxing.
Oh, we shall be quiet.
Don't take it the wrong way, Sir Holm, but I've already eaten. Thus, I shall be happy to remain by the fireside.
If you don't mind, Gregory, I should like to keep Mr. Washington company.
Please feel at home. And you, sir?
If I stay with Washington, we'll be able to speak about my mother. But on the other hand, I'd like to learn more about this home. I saw him in my vision.
Ich glaube, wir sollten, also von der Logik her, neugierig will ich das herausfinden, was Holmes über seine Mutter weiß, aber ich möchte, glaube ich, bei Washington bleiben. Ich weiß nicht warum, Bauchgefühl, ich spiele einfach nach Intuition.
Let's see what Washington has to say. Sir, if you don't mind, I shall stay here.
Do exactly as you please, young man.
Louis, thank you for staying. Just like you, when I arrived this morning, I found out that Sarah had gone missing. I know your mother well. Don't worry. Emily is from the English branch of the Golden Order.
And President Washington is in fact the leader of the order in the United States.
I didn't know.
Sorry to have made you wait, but I didn't want to speak in front of the others.
You did well. Secrecy and discretion are the pillars of our organization.
If I can help in any way at all, please don't hesitate to ask, my lad. And if you have any other questions, now's the time.
Ja gut, wir versuchen mehr über Mortimer rauszubekommen.
Mother has always had a fascination for Lord Mortimer, but has never wanted to tell me why.
Lord Mortimer is a remarkable man. He's wealthy and is advisor to the very highly placed. Your mother is the head of the order in France. It doesn't surprise me that he asked her to come.
Lord Mortimer greatly contributed to financing my electoral campaign, for example. But I want this to be clear, without ever seeking to gain an advantage.
Das halte ich für ein
And
Gerücht.
that is to his credit.
Yes,
glaube ich
you
nicht.
can trust him. He will do everything in his power to help you find Sarah.
Mr. Washington, you seem to be very familiar with my mother.
Wir fragen mal, wann er sie das letzte Mal gesehen hat.
When did you last speak to her?
Philadelphia, 15 years ago. Sarah often went back and forth between France and the United States.
Yes, I remember those days. I didn't see her too often. Right. Would it be too much if I asked you a few more questions?
Not at all. Go ahead. But I can't promise I'll remember everything.
May I ask, when you saw each other, what did you talk about?
Oder die Geheimnisse, die uns umgeben. Oder den goldenen Orden vielleicht.
My mother has always been fascinated by strange powers. Did she talk to you about anything like that?
Yes. Her facility for discerning truths from rumor served me well. Such as preventing massacres, like the one at Salem, from happening again. Or convincing people that horsemen cannot ride around without heads. What was it that she used to say now?
Keep an open and logical mind?
Yes, that's it.
Thank you, sir. I was hoping to speak with Lord Mortimer. At least now I have some information, thanks to you.
I repeat, Lord Mortimer is a man of his word. You won't be disappointed. And I am persuaded that your mother's research is his main concern.
Wissen die anderen im Orden davon und was, wenn meine Mutter die Insel verlassen hat? Wir fragen mal, ob die anderen im Orden davon wissen.
Mother still is at the head of the Golden Order. I find it difficult to believe that she came to this island without notifying the other members.
As for myself, I did not know. I am here at the request of Sir Holme, a situation regarding the Crown of England to resolve, and to see what Lord Mortimer has to propose to us.
As for me, Lord Mortimer asked me here to speak about the future of America. I did not know that your mother would even be among us. In any case, no one has yet mentioned associating the order.
We haven't found many clues yet.
Das Buch vom Anleger zeigen, nicht über das Buch sprechen. Wir sprechen da nicht mal rüber.
Don't worry, Louise.
Ich glaube, es ist besser.
I'm sure nothing bad has happened to her.
Yes, I hope not.
Also ich vertraue ihn, aber so sehr vertraue ich ihn, glaube ich, doch noch nicht.
Careful, they're coming back.
Oh, wer ist sie denn?
Well, I am impressed with all this splendor.
But don't spend too much time with Mr. Washington, my dear, or you'll lose your pretty accent. You seem to be intrigued by that statue.
Absolutely. It is remarkable.
Lord Mortimer is fond of atypical works of art. I won't disguise the fact that I find it all a little megalomaniacal. But I must say, he does have some outstanding pieces.
Sir Holme, who was that young lady with you?
Elizabeth Adams, Mr. President. She would have liked to have stayed with us, but the poor thing is exhausted.
Elizabeth Adams?
Diese Hinweissuche ist wild.
Elizabeth totally changed Washington's attitude. Looks like he just saw a ghost.
Miss Adams is here to rest. You have perhaps already come across her in the corridors. She arrived a few days ago.
I perceived her, but we weren't introduced.
Rest assured, she is not here for the same reasons as yourselves. Consequently, I'm counting on your indulgence.
Gott, das ist so anstrengend, diese Hinweissuche.
Washington looks surprised, but Holmes doesn't seem to see it. I wonder if he's being polite or if he really doesn't see his discomfort.
On that note, it's very late. You must be exhausted. The servant will accompany you to your rooms.
Also ist auf jeden Fall ziemlich spannend. Ich habe noch keine Ahnung, in was das für eine Richtung geht, aber ich bin drin. Ich habe richtig Bock auf die Story.
Ladies, gentlemen, I bid you all good night. Mr. President, Your Eminence, Duchess, you have the same rooms as usual. You, Monsieur de Richet, will find your room at the end of the corridor.
Well, my friends, I am bone tired. I am off to my bed. See you in the morning.
Good night, sir. I shall do likewise.
Louis, I shall see you in the morning. Sleep well.
Good night. See you tomorrow. Oh, man. It's been quite a day. Right. Where is my room?
Gut, am Ende des Flurs hat er gesagt, vielleicht am Ende von dem Flur. Ich werde den Part aber an dieser Stelle beenden. Wir werden uns auf die Spurensuche nach unserem Zimmer morgen machen. Ich hoffe, es hat euch gefallen. Ich finde es auf jeden Fall grandios. Ich habe richtig Bock auf die Story. Ich hoffe, ihr auch. Und ich bin sehr gespannt, in was das Ganze hier für eine Richtung geht. Wenn es euch gefallen hat, würde ich mich freuen, wenn ihr morgen wieder mit dabei seid. Und bis dahin, tschüss!